We got the better man here. Since we did those duel videos, we figured we'd show you the deck he used. He's using Plain Beasts.
So, let's start off. 3 Tether Wolf. It's a free token, and all you want are tokens. Plus 1700 attack, and its battle effect working during either player's battle phase means if you do have extra tokens, it's pretty hard to get over him. 3 Mega Raptor. If you have tokens, he multiplies, and searching. Plus 1900 attack and a normal summon, always good even if you have nothing. He combos really well with Aerial Recharge, and it makes Aerial Recharge one of the better cards in the deck. I play 3 Hariyard. I don't know if that's the best anymore, but I want to test a little more. 1800 attack is nice, plus he regenerates tokens, so if I attribute a token for him, or more importantly like Hamstrat, I just get a token back, and it just keeps me with things. In addition, he can special summon monsters from the hand. That effect's not that useful, but it combos well with Colt Wing, which I do run it too, but you know, general like that. As I said, Colt Wing at 2. I kind of want to run it at 1, but you needed it 2 just in case you draw it early or it gets hit somewhere, because you want it in the deck for Scramble, or you want it in the hand for Hariyard. And it's a mini Draco Sack at the cost of 2 tokens instead of 1, and when he's special summoned while you control another Plain Beast, you get 2 tokens. That's always nice. 3 Hamstrat. Not only does he generate tokens when he's flipped, which happens a lot more than you'd think, if you have tokens or if he survives the attack, is Monster Reborn, and he's Monster Reborn every turn. He can also be used for going into rank 6s, but that doesn't happen very often. But I do run a couple rank 6s in case. 2 Blue Impala. Blue Impala allows you to synchro summon. There's not very many good targets, but I can make Conqueruda, which combos decently with a couple of other cards in the deck, and I can make Beret. Beret is the really good reason for running him. He's a 1-card synchro, because if you summon him and have a level 4 in your hand, you can synchro from the hand for a machine type, and whilst in the graveyard, if you control no monsters, you can banish him for a token. So he's very good. He's pretty good for a first turn set, or first turn go into Beret, because Beret is kind of hard to get around. But you only run 2 because it's just kind of a situational thing. And he's either really good first turn or in the first couple games, or he's really good in the late game if you just need 1 more token. 1 Black Falcon. He's a replacement until Primal Origin comes out. He gets tokens by attacking, and since he's not going to die, it works pretty well because he gets the token on declaring the attack, so he won't die. And it really is if you need tokens or if you need another level 4. There's no other purpose for him. Dandelion. Dandelion's also only going to be in here until Primal Origin, because when it dies, you get tokens. Tokens. On to the spell cards, or that's all for monsters. There's 18. Just kind of brief overview again. But 18 monsters. Spells are pretty simple. 3 MST. Back row. Hey, no, I don't like back row. 2 Scapegoat. Scapegoat works really well in this deck if you have no monsters, if you have 1 monster and your opponent's attacking, if you need some tributes, because you can just tribute the Scapegoat tokens and it'll activate all their effects. Just too good. 3 is too cloggy though, because if you do have more than 1 monster, it's kind of bad, and you don't really want to see it very often. 2 Scramble. This card is really great at making reversals. If I have just tokens, or just Mega Phantom Beast tokens, and my opponent has any number of monsters, I can just swarm the field. He works the best with Mega Raptor and Colt Wing to just generate lots of advantage at the same time. And this card can very easily overwhelm my opponent and just push the game back into my favor, or just close it out if I'm slightly behind. I only run 2 because it is kind of bad if I'm in an advantage position, because they have to have more monsters than me, and it only works with the Mecha Phantom Beast tokens, which means it doesn't work with Scapegoat and it doesn't work with Dandelion. But other than that, it's still really good at generating some stuff if I'm behind. Dark Hole. all of my non-extra deck monsters, except for Dracosac, are invincible while I have a token. I kind of glossed over this, but all of the monsters have the effect of, if I control a token, they cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effect. So Dark Hole can very easily work more like Regeki, killing only a few tokens, and oftentimes killing the tokens can be a good way to reduce clog on my own side. One Day of Peace. This is another filler until Origin, but more draw power. Mecha Phantom Beasts can be a pretty slow deck. I mean, they rely on tokens, and the only card that can search is Mega Raptor, but they do a very good job at stalling, and One Day of Peace allows me to get some more time to get cards I need, get tokens, just generate advantage. It's probably going to be replaced with Foolish Burial, because Foolish Burial works with the new guy in Origin. And that's all for the spells. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 9 spells? Yeah, 9 spells. Onto the traps. 3 Aerial Recharge. Best trap card. Not really. This card plus Mega Raptor is one of the best combos in the deck because it's just free tokens all the time. It does, despite saying once per turn, work on both players' turns, so you are generating tokens during both players' turns, and you can just generate massive advantage with it. In addition, if it is hit with a blind MST, if it is hit anyhow, you still get the 1 token from that turn, and you don't have to pay the cost during the end phase. So it's a very, very good card, so I always want to see it, and that's why I run it at 3. 2 Waboku. I don't want my tokens to die. I don't want Hamstrat to die when it's sitting face down. Waboku does that really well. Does it better than Threatening Roar because it allows me to flip up Hamstrat, and that's the only reason over Threatening Roar. 2 Safe Zone. Safe Zone works really well with a token because I can just sit on a safe zoned token and have some invincible monsters, and it makes Conqueruda not suck because Conqueruda protects your tokens. So if you have Conqueruda in safe zone, it's pretty hard to kill anything on my field unless you can kill safe zone. In addition, if it is blind MST, pop a card on my opponent's field, or pop a monster in the opponent's field if they've got one. And it just works really well. 2 Mirror Force. I still don't want my guys dying, so Mirror Force just generates a little bit of advantage doing it. 1 Bottomless, 1 Compulse, Staple Traps, pretty good. 1 Torrential Tribute. If this was at more, I'd run it at more because like Dark Hole, it can basically just screw with all my opponent's monsters while leaving me with an open board.
Just like the wind-ups, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can summon a token with Aerial Recharge, main phase 1, Torrential Tribute, basically wiping my opponent's board and then proceed to continue going off because I still have all my monsters. And 1 Starlight Road. I like Starlight Road because this deck needs a lot of monsters, or a lot of tokens, and a lot of back row. So if I'm facing Malevolent Catastrophe, if I hit a Dark Hole, if my opponent torrentials me, Exciton Knight obliterates this deck, Black Rose, anything that can either kill my back row or kill a large amount of tokens at once, just puts in the work. Yeah, it's one of the few decks that I think it's still live in, just because I run so much back row, and because token monsters are just everywhere. And if the torrential goes off when I don't want it to, and it wipes out 3 tokens or 2 tokens, it can just ruin me. So Starlight Road, because I have to have field advantage. That's all for the main deck. It's 40 cards, 18 monsters, 9 spells, and 13 traps. On to the extra deck. Dracosac. I want to run 2, but I'm poor. So the second one is eventually. It's too good. You've seen it in Dragon Rulers. It's so much better than this. I can get this guy from Hamstrat late game, and if I had both Hamstrat's tokens, it's not only a revival of Dracosac, but I can continue to pop, and I can just continue to go off.
Well, yeah,
so,
all the dudes gain levels equal to the tokens out. So that's how we can make the higher level XCs.
The gimmick, yeah, all the level 4s, or all the tokens summoned are level 3, and all of the monsters gain levels equal to Mecha Phantom Beast tokens. So all the 4s become 7s or 10s, and all the 3s become 6s or 8 or 6s or 9s. Other rank 7s, Big Eye. Anything that can make rank 7s runs Big Eye. Master of Blades. It's 2700 attack, and 2700 attack is great. Plus it can't be targeted, so if there's a Big Eye war going on, or if I'm worried about Shark Knight, or if I'm worried about anything targeted, just comes out. It has as much protection as Draco Sack does, so it's just really good. I also run Gaia Dragoon. I actually do make this with 2 level 7s, which isn't normal, but piercing damage is just too good, especially if there's shenanigans going on. In the mirror match, since the tokens have 0 defense, Gaia Dragoon just wins the mirror. 2 rank 10s, 1 Sky Palace, Gangradai, I don't know. This card is really, really good. I don't make the rank 10s very often, but it's pretty simple. But he allows me to just blow up a card on your side of the field and inflict 1,000 damage doing it. So, pretty good stuff. Plus 3,400 attack. I mean, if I'm not using its effect, 3,400 attack gets over that Star Eater, that Leo thing. Also run Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max, because 2,000 damage is so good. So I can just main phase 2 with 2 tokens on the field, extra 2,000 damage out of nowhere. For rank 6s, I run Photon Streak Bouncer and Swordbreaker. Photon Streak Bouncer is just monster effect negation. It's kind of a staple for rank 6s. And Swordbreaker is really good most formats because I can declare 1 type, and most decks are only playing 1 type that matters. I can hit Beast Warriors against Fire Fists or Boojins and not have to worry about attack changing cards. I can call machines against any machine deck. I can call zombies if I have Zombie World and just wreck everything. It's just a lot of fun. I don't make them very often because the only card that can make it is Hamstrap, but they're there because I need. There's the occasional times. For rank 4s, I run 2, 1 Chidori. All of my monsters are wind. Chidori is a really good XZ. And 1 number 101 Silent Honor Arc. It's like a miniature Big Eye that doesn't require me to have tokens, and it has protection, which Big Eye doesn't, so it puts in the work. And then I run 1 rank 3 Zen Mines. Zen Mines is Zen Mines. Synchros, I run 3. Stardust, because I have Starlight Road. I can't make it outside of Starlight Road until Primal Origins, but Primal Origins allows Oleon to make it, but that's not going to happen very often. 1 Conqueruda. Really, this is only for safe zone or because I need to make a rank 7 synchro. And when he dies, if I do have extra tokens, I can get Draco Sack back, or I can get something else back by tributing a bunch of tokens. Not the best, but he's worth 1. And 1 Beret. Yep. And that's it for the extra deck. At the moment, I don't really have a side deck for this because I haven't taken it anywhere, but cards I'm probably going to side. Rivalry of Warlords works really well. Some basic summon negation stuff probably works. Overworked does wonders because I don't do attack gain, and there are a lot of decks that do. And I guess it kind of depends on the format, but most of the problems this deck has are just its speed, so if I can slow my opponent down, that's all I need to do. And once I get rolling, I can just generate advantage after advantage through all of these cards. Torrential, all the token generation, aerial recharge, just so good.
Yeah, that was a better man with his Plain Beast, so like, comment, ask for other decks, we'll tell you. We'll be working on other decks. The new set, a lot of our decks are kind of waiting on some cards from the new set, so as the new set comes out, we'll be able to do more videos, but...
Yeah, expect more dual videos in the future, too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Everything is awesome.